All right, guys, what's up? It's your boy B, Bryan S. Harris, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. Glad to have you all on. It's amazing to be in the land of the living. And I'm going to share some information with you today. I want to first introduce myself for those of you that don't really know me or haven't really heard my story. I'll just tell you briefly. I've been involved in real estate for quite some time. Took a hit in the crash and wanted to get back in the game. But, of course, funds were tight and didn't have too much to really get in the game to buy property. So what I started to do is I started to look for ways, online courses, to teach me how I can get involved in real estate without using a lot of my own dollars, because I was willing to go all in. Don't get it twisted. I was willing to lay it all on the line, but if I could have held on to a little bit more of it, I would. So I came across a couple courses, guys, and I bought them, and it was absolutely amazing. And I found courses, and I found out a way, guys, and I'm going to show you here, a way that I can take, and I know you guys can see my screen. Let me see if I can find this purchase contract. I found a way that I could sell this paper. This is a contract, and I'm going to go over this in a second, and get in between the money that was going to go towards that particular transaction. And so that was a contract. So I found a way that I can get a contract on a house, add my fee on top of it, and assign that contract to someone who was interested in buying that house for a profit margin for $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. And guys, you're going to hear me talk about how I even made over $100,000 in one deal using these methods that I'm about to show you guys. So, but here's the thing. I took the courses, great information, but once again, funds were tight. So I really needed ways or methods that worked for me the way I was able to get involved in the business. And so I had to find free ways to find motivated sellers, because many of the courses that were out there, the problem that I saw was that they offered the information, great information, but you had to pay for leads. You had to pay for tons of marketing, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 even. And that just wasn't very conducive to my pockets at the time. And so I ended up shifting to where I made a lot of money, etc. And then I saw where I had the money to pay for marketing. But I still found that my free mediums were still better than the paid for ways. And so from there, we decided to share it with other people, a few select people, and we offered a course. And we saw a lot of people make a lot of money from many of the methods that we taught in the course. And some people make $20,000, $5,000, $60,000, $100,000, etc. And we wanted to see those smiles on a lot of other people's faces. So we created the course and got a lot more testimonies, etc. And you're going to see what we're doing today for people, a special today. So let me look at my notes here. Personally, I knew this was perfect avenue. Okay, great. So the things I started doing, nobody had ever done before to my knowledge, okay? And if they did, they didn't tell other people about it. So I started doing things, and I'm going to show you one of the most amazing ones that was my first deal. And so what I'm telling you is, after you're done with this call today, this webinar, you're going to be able to get off here and have a specific strategic action plan to really go out and start finding deals in your area with some of the tools that I'm going to show you that we use to make this a reality, to make this happen. Guys, we got people who've gotten contracts their first day after implementing some of these techniques, and some people within their first week, etc. So my first day doing these techniques, I got my first contract, and I made $3,000 in my first 10 days. I was geeked, and I'm going to show you what that is. I was super geek. I got $3,000, and you got to understand, at the time, $3,000, and I didn't spend any money to make it, was like a game changer for me. So from there, my next several deals came over the next 30 days, of about 6 deals in the next 30 days, and I made an average of about $6,000 or $7,000 per deal. And so once again, I was geeked. I was super geeked. And my 7th deal came from a technique that was free that I hope I have enough time to cover today. But I made like $100,000 off that one deal. It was like October or something a few years back. And it was like, oh my God, it just kept escalating. So there's a lot of other things that I teach in the course that helps, these things come to light. Which is, having a positive mindset, being excited about life, being excited about your business, looking at the positive of your business, and how to literally reprogram your brain to, produce great results for you. And so I teach a lot of that in the course as well, and you'll get a chance to learn that as well. Let me flip my notes over. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and get into, so today, what we're going to cover the following. We want to cover where to find motivated seller leads, the top 3 ways, okay? And I'm going to cover those in a second. Where to skip trace these leads for accurate results. Because when you find these leads, guys, it's very, very, very important that you go ahead and get the number. I mean, time is money. And understanding that time is money, that means that once I find a motivated seller lead and I don't have the contact information, I have to immediately have something at my fingertips to where I can access that person's phone number and call them right away. And I'm about speed. So if I find a lead, I'm calling them right then. I'm saying my script. So the next thing is what to say to these seller leads when you get them, send a text or you send a phone call, etc. And what to do, what to say to these leads, and then learn why using, I say, our secret contracts. But you can find contracts anywhere, even if you don't use the ones that I show you today. But our contracts help you keep unnecessary expenses from happening. For instance, like spending earnest money to lock up a contract. A lot of people say, well, I have to have $1,000 to lock up a contract. Our contracts are specifically designed with special verbiage that keeps you from having to put up your own money, and you can lock up deals. And most sellers, I would say 99% of the sellers that we've come across are A-okay with our contracts. Some may bark at it, and if they don't, they're not motivated, right? We're looking for motivated sellers. So the next thing is what to give the title company. So this may be completely new to you, a completely new method. So you say, well, what is a title company, right? Well, those are the people where the sellers are going to go sign over the deed and the buyers are going to send the money to. You need to know what to say to the title companies. We have documents that all you have to do is just shoot an email with this document of instructions over to your title company. Everything else is handled. You go pick up your check. That's key information there. What to give to buyers. We're going to cover where to easily access these important docs whenever you need to, and how to get ongoing support 24/7 when you get started. Because when you get out there and you start hustling and bustling and you're doing deals, guys, you're gonna have questions. And one thing like I said, I took a lot of courses, and one of the things that I needed help with, it just wasn't there the way I needed it. So we offer an ongoing support system where you can ask questions ongoing as much as you want to as you get out there and do things. And we have a streamlined private group chat room where we allow that to happen. And many of the times, I would say about 90% of the time, it's me that's answering the question. So kind of keep that in mind. If you have questions for me, that's where I respond and answer those questions to that private group. I devote my answers to those within the 24-hour period. Now, how to get ongoing support 24/7, how to learn the other 18, listen to this, 18 other free ways to get motivated seller leads. So what I'm telling you, you're going to learn 3 today. Now, what I did is I took massive action and I combined every single free method that I developed, and I started surging with money. I mean, we've had months of incomes where they were $2, $3, $4, even $500,000 from wholesaling. And it just literally took off, but it was a combined surge of implementing everything. And I'm going to talk about where you can learn that information to get more seller leads, including the top 2 methods that earn us an extra $500,000 a year, just from 2 methods, okay, as included in that. And then our course, we're going to talk about that, is normally, like I said, $2,500 today. We're doing an amazing special, and I'll cover that as well, okay? So let me see where I get started at. And so many people have signed, me and Maria. Okay, so here's the goal, guys. I want to help each of you get your MBA. Your MBA stands for, I learned this a long time ago. I want you to get your MBA. That stands for a massive bank account. And so I want you to take this information that we learned today. I'm 8 minutes in. And I want you to implement it right now. I want you to take action as soon as you learn it and get some money in your hand. So let's rock and roll, guys. So the first method, many of you have heard me on webinars, etc., talk about Zillow. Okay? So let's go to it from scratch. Zillow.com. I'm going to go to Zillow.com. So when I started out, I needed some money. All right, let's see if I can get to it. Sign in. I'm going to sign in to my Zillow account. Now, I'm going to show you 2 of the ways from here. Well, let's see here. I'm sorry. I don't know if my caps is on. Alright, let's see here. I think I changed the password. Let me see. Give me just a second. That's not it. And all right, hold on just a second. Give me just a second and I'll get it from my VA. All right. It is, okay, here we go. I want to sign in. I want to go ahead and have this out the way before we get rocking and rolling. All right, so I'm in, and so now wherever you are, you can go to Zillow.com, and the first thing that you want to do is type in a zip code. So Memphis, if I want to type in, I have tons of buyers all over the world, and in our course we tell you how to get like 20, 30, 40,000 buyers in your database. Like, you have more buyers in your database than you have sellers, and that's the key to it, guys. You want to have the buyers already on deck. And that's the first thing that we teach in the course, Outside of Mindset. So the next thing that you're going to go to, once you type in the zip code of your area, look, these are all properties, okay? But I want you to first uncheck this box, and then I want to only see for sale by owner. Why am I looking at for sale by owner only? Because I want to deal with directly with sellers. So there are 3 in this particular zip code, and that's fine. These are leads. Many times, this person is asking $110,000 for his house, and what I'm trying to look for is see the days that this house has been on the market, and Zillow tells me that somewhere down below, I believe. And more importantly, it gives me the phone number to this particular person, owner. Sometimes they're property managers. Sometimes they are directly the owners, guys. So what works in my favor is this guy is asking $110,000. He's just cut the price $10,000 from what he was asking. And what I'm going to do, what I did when I first started, I didn't have the other methods in my arsenal yet. So I'm going to show you exactly what I did when I started. I didn't have those in my arsenal yet. So this has been on the market for 90 days. That means he's been trying to sell it at that price for 3 months. So that's a little bit of motivation, because if he has it out here, guess what? He probably wants to sell. So now I'm going to call this guy and I'm going to say, hey, look, I was calling about your house that you had on Zillow. And I wanted to see if you entertain, a fast cash offer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my calculator and just kind of quickly show you. You don't need all these extra tools to get started, guys. You just do what you can where you are with what you have. So what you want to remember is this formula here. Most buyers will buy your property at 70% of the value. So if the value of this property, and we're going to go by the Zestimate. We know that that's under sometimes. We know that it's over sometimes. But just go by it for the sake of having action. So where did I get the Zestimate? Is right here. Zestimate is $80,000. He's asking $110,000. The thing is, they're going to tell you yes or tell you no, but they must tell you quick because you got to go to the next one, right? So if the house is valued, this particular house is valued at $80,000, I'm going to multiply that times 0.7. That's going to give me $56,000, okay? $56,000. Look at what I did. I found the Zestimate, and I then, $80,000, and then I multiplied it, hit that little X, times 0.7. That's going to give me $56,000. Now, depending on the condition of the house, this is how I'm going to ask the seller. I'm going to say, hey, look, is it ready to go, move in? Can I move somebody in right away? Or does it need a complete overhaul gut job? Or would you say it just needs some little paint cosmetic? Based upon what he tells me is how I'm going to identify my formula. So write this down, guys. This is very important. And if I'm recording it, but like I said, I hope it posts. But so the way I'm going to figure out this formula is I'm going to look at, remember this number, $56,000, okay? 2,200 square feet. So if he tells me that the house doesn't need anything, it's move-in ready, I'm going to multiply 2,210 square feet times, I got three ways. A gut job needs a little bit of, paint and a little bit of love and care. And I got my, mediocre, it doesn't need anything, okay? So 2,200 square feet, and let's just say if he said it doesn't need anything at all, I'm going to multiply that times 5. That means at the base minimum, it's going to cost me $11,000, even if he says it doesn't need anything. So if it doesn't need anything, our number is 5 times the square footage. 5 times the square footage. If it needs a little bit of work, paint, cosmetic, and a little bit of tender loving care, I'm going to multiply that times, look, 10. And that's going to give me my rehab number. And once again, this is all estimated so that you can make a quick offer to these sellers. If he needs a complete gut job, I'm going to multiply the square footage times 15. Now, your buyer is going to make the decision of how much work it actually needs, but this is going to put you in the ballpark of where you need to be when you make your offer. So let's just say if it only needed paint, it looks like it's a pretty good house. Let's just say if it only needed, he says it's move-in ready, it doesn't need anything. So what does that mean? I'm going to go back to $56,000 and I'm going to subtract the lowest one, the $5 because it doesn't need anything. So I'm going to subtract what? $11,000, right? Because 5 times 2,200 square feet came out to $11,000. Well, that gives me $45,000. Guys, this is where the sauce is. How much do you want to make, okay? If you get this property at this price, right, you're going to have a buyer, but you got to factor in how much you want to make. You have to do this before you get your offer. So once you have a seller that says, hey, look, would you be interested in entertaining the fast cash offer? How much work does it need? When you find out, if he says, does it need you give him his scenarios. Does it need a complete overhaul? Does it need, some paint, cosmetic, tender love and care? Or is it ready to move in? And that's $15, $10, $5 times the square footage. That's going to give you your rehab costs. So you have to, let's start back over. I want to make sure you get this so that you can start making some money today. If the value is $80,000, multiplied by what? 0.7. That gives me $56,000 to work with. And I'm going to subtract that minus the rehab costs based upon the formula that I just entered. Boom, boom. So that gives me that. Now, I usually want to make $10,000 a pop. 10,000 plus, I'm good. Because why? Every 100 deals that I do, I got $1 million. So if knowing that at $10,000 a pop, but you may say, you know what? If I made 2,000, you may be me. My belief level wasn't as high as $10,000 or $100,000 a deal back then. So I may say, starting out, I want to make $5,000. Well, guess what? That's your offer to the seller. You may say, man, he's asking $110,000. All you want to do is pull the Kobe and the Jordan and shoot the baskets. You just want to shoot. Your job as a wholesaler is to make offers. The person who makes the most offers on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, makes the most money. What we did in the wholesaling industry and came onto the scene is something that anybody can do. We just were willing to make offers to everybody. But you know what happens is this offer sits on his brain when that house sits another 30 days. So what am I doing? I'm stuffing my pipeline until it pukes on me, guys. So when you are willing to stuff your pipeline with nothing but offers, text the offer, call him back with the offer, and go next. If he says yes, we'll go to that next step in a second. But that's how you determine how to make a quick offer on any house that you find without having to go through all these tools, how much you think this is worth. Because if you get this house at that price, at that contracted price, it's sold. I would buy it, okay? You get what I'm saying? You got buyers all over the world that will buy this property. So this is how you contact. So we only have 3 in this zip code, okay? And you may say, man, he's asking $110,000. I'm too scared to offer him something like that. Well, you know what? When your why is stronger than your fear, you will start making offers. When you gotta eat or you don't have to eat, when food gets on the table, depending on something like this, your why will be strong enough and it'll kick in to where you'll start making offers, okay? So, guys, I get excited too. So, I talk loud, I get excited. So, you may be like, man, that man crunk. But that's me all day, guys. So, the next way is still in this Zillow. What you want to do now, Zillow gives you the numbers to the leads. I just showed you where to find them, okay? I filtered it for sale by owner. And guys, we got a lot of participants on today. Good job, guys. Way to tune in. So I filtered it. I went to for sale by owner. I filtered it and I unchecked everything else. And it brought me up these leads. I can do this with any zip code, guys. I can say 38016. You can give me a zip code. I can find some more. I got 4 for sale by owners in that zip code. I'm going to go 38018. Boom. The key is, I guarantee you, you're going to find somebody that's motivated. And they may, man, F you, I can't believe you offered me something that low. Keep going. I've had so many sellers that have said that to me that within like a couple weeks, they're like, you know what, does that offer still stand on the table? And you're like, yes, it does. Let's rock and roll. And this is what's going to get your pipeline built up. Let's rock and roll to the next one. So the next one that we want to do is uncheck. So we're still on Zillow. Everybody with me? Thumbs up. Everybody with me? Good. I see all of y'all. Okay. So I can see all of y'all. I just want to let you know that. All right. So the next one is we're going to go to pre-foreclosures. Guys, this is the money. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? This is the money. Okay. So listen. There's no more motivation than a person that was about to lose their house. Now, let me tell you, how do I know? Because I've lost my house. I've lost houses in the past. You understand what I'm saying? Had to move everything out of my house. So if somebody would have came to me with something, a solution, guys, I would have listened at least. I would have been more amped. We've made millions off of what I'm about to show you. So now, I go here. And so I'm just gonna find a random one. Let me see if I can go to 38128. 128. And like I said, you guys can, as soon as you get off this call, this webinar, you can start doing this right away. All right, so this is a $53,000. I can click on any one of them. It really doesn't matter. So the auction date, let's see, is usually in the subject area 10/20/16. This one has passed. But assuming that it hasn't, what we do is I have a VA that sifts through these now. But when I started, I went through every single one of them, okay? Every single one of them. Okay, so look, this one is a notice to sell. This is a good one. So this is on Yale. Boom. So 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It doesn't have a price on here. The foreclosure estimate is $60,000. That's not necessarily the value of the house. How do we find the quick value of the house? Is scroll down and click on home value. 86 bands. All right? $86,000. All right, so $86,000. I'm going to show you the third way in just a second, and you guys are going to love me. All right, so $86,000 is the value, okay? So what I can do is, if this house, I can go ahead and kind of predetermine it, what I will be on my offer. But what I'm going to do next is I want to find out who is the owner. So did you see what I just did? I clicked, look, I went down, I clicked see more facts and features. And then I scroll down to county website, all right? County website. And this should take you to the property card for your area, okay? This is the owner of this house, okay? Owner's name. Public information is free. I didn't do anything special. I didn't pay for this. Like I said, I had to keep that money in my hand, all right? So now what am I going to do? I have this amazing software. Let's see. I think they logged me out. That and what I'm able to do, guys, and I'll find this number. You guys welcome to call this lead. I'll find the number right now and give you the lead. Like, you can call this lead, and if it's still available, you can make it happen. All right, so somebody said they can't hear anything. I don't know who that is. Everybody can hear me okay, right? Just give me a quick thumbs up if you can. I just want to make sure. I got a text that said they couldn't hear me. Everybody can hear me okay? Okay, good deal. Thanks. All right, so now this amazing software service, look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on advanced. I'm going to go back to here. Where's this? And I'm going to type in Tillman Russell. Beverly D. McGee. Let's go Tillman Russell. Let's see if we can find him here. Russell. Look how amazing this is. And what we do is we give exclusive access to this to some of our students, guys. And this changes the game because this allows me to move fast. 4474 Yale Road, okay? 4474 Yale Road. And then that's 38128, right? All right. And then I'm going to hit search. Now, if it doesn't come up. All right, so here we go. And what I do is I look to see if this is him. This is him. So Show possible phone numbers. Here's the mobile number with the 78% chance that is him. You guys can call him if you want to once we're done. 502-1542. And I'm gonna tell you what to say. This is the script. I ain't got no piece of paper where it typed up and here's the script. You say, here's the script, guys. Hi, my name is Brian. I'm a real estate investor and I'd like to buy your house before it goes into foreclosure. Hi, my name is Brian. I'm a real estate investor and I'd like to buy your house before it goes into foreclosure. Hi, my name is Brian. I'm a real estate investor and I'd like to buy your house before it goes into foreclosure. Hi, my name is Brian. I'm a real estate investor. I'd like to buy your house before it goes into. I say that so many times throughout the day. I at least want to make sure I say that at least 100 times a day. And meaning the amount of leads that you guys find. Here's some other numbers too, guys. 502-1542, 380-4175. But guys, so my point is this. I'm moving at so fast of a speed to where I'm getting results because now I'm getting on the phone with pure motivation, pure motivated sellers. And by me doing that, it allows me to get fast results. I need to eat at the end of the week. My bar is closed in 5 to 7 days. So I want to eat next. I want to eat in like 5 days off of my activity that I'm doing today. So when you understand that that's your purpose, I'm grinding to make 10 grand a day. I'm stuffing my pipeline with 10 grand a day activity. You feel me? That's 300 bands a month. That's how you got to go at it. Go at it and set your goals as large as you can imagine, because if you put the activity that I'm giving you in place, you're going to hit those goals, but you got to use the tools that I'm telling you, okay? That's the second way. So we got the first way, for sale by owner. You saw the motivation isn't as strong as the one I just showed you. You understand what I'm saying? The motivation is not as strong as the one I just showed you for pre-foreclosures, but it still gives you activity. You may do this as a family. One of you guys may attack the for sale by owners. The other one may attack the pre-foreclosures. You have 2 lists and y'all beast out. There are calling tools that we use. There are texting tools that we use that we show you and give you access to all of this stuff that you can implement it and get this stuff into action to where you can automate a lot of this stuff, okay? So the next one, guys, is this. I'm going to use this same lead and I'm going to show you. Scroll down. This is the third one, guys. And there's like 18 more that like are even way colder. But the next one is foreclosure trustee or attorney. What do you think he has access to? You tell me that. What do you think he has access to? Foreclosures. Houses that are about to go into pre-foreclosure. And guess what? They will give you the full list of the houses that they're about to foreclose on. So you don't call them and say, hey, look, I want to buy the house before it comes out of foreclosure. You say, hey, look, do you all have a list of the houses that you're about to foreclose on so that I can kind of do some due diligence? And they're going to say, yeah, sure, here's the website. Or call them, guys. This is the number. And you're going to call these attorneys and get them to send you the website where they list all of their foreclosures, their pre-foreclosures. And guess what? Then you're going to use this skip tracing tool and skip trace every last one of them. And you're going to call them, guys, and you're going to make an offer to these people. You understand what I'm saying? These are these are the breaks. These tools, these 3 things, if you stick to it, let me show you how abundant and affluent this is from this. I'm going to just say another one, 27. 38127. Boom! There's another, 30 houses or so? Let's do another zip code. 381, I don't know, 11. I don't know, anything. Boom, there's another. Guys, what I'm telling you is more than you can get to. And some people say, well, Brian, why do you give away so much information? Because, guys, it's so much. It's like, it's so abundant. And when you live by that abundant mindset, you just pass it on, right? So I want you guys to implement these things. So now, what do you do next? Okay, you get a seller on the phone. He says, yes, I don't know, I don't have any things. And so he's the motivated seller may say, I want you, are you going to pay full offer? I owe this much on it. So you ask them, if you're calling these pre-foreclosures, you ask them, how much do you owe on the property? That's what you want to know. How much do you owe on the property? And when they tell you how much they owe on the property, if the house is worth $80,000 and they owe $20,000, I had a lady that I called. She owed $20,000 on a $150,000 house. $20,000 on a $150,000 house. And I got the contract and was able to give her a nice chunk of change and still made $100 grand off of that deal. So what I'm saying is, The motivation is there. So when you tell them, hey, look, what I'm able to do, if you owe $20,000 on it, I may can get you a couple dollars in your pocket. Let me work some numbers. Do your same formula. How much work is needed on the property? It needs a gut job, is it move-in ready, or it needs a little bit of TLC. And once they do that, you put your formula in place, and then your offer is based on that. Don't try to make a deal work that doesn't work. So if the house is worth $80,000, or I'm just going to say if the house is worth $60,000, you're going to do the formula. I'm showing you again so you can etch it in stone in your brain. Times 0.70, and let's just say the house is 1,000 square feet, and they say it needs medium. It's the medium one, so that'll be $10,000, and it's 1,000 square feet. So I'm going to subtract $10,000. That's going to give me $32,000. Now, how much do I want to make? Well, if they owe $20,000, then and I want to make, let's just say $7,000. So let me see, $7,000 minus 32, and it's whatever you want to make. $32,000 minus $7,000. Your offer is $25,000. Say, look, you're about to lose a house in the next 7 days or next 14 days. I can get you about $5,000 over what you owe, if indeed you only owe $20,000 to stop the foreclosure. And they say yes, or you may say I can give $2,000, whatever you want. You know, you may want to make 10 grand and give them two. It's up to you. But so you walk away with, you get the contract for $25,000. So now they say yes to the deal. Assuming they say yes to the deal. And my thing is, I'm going to tell you this quick tidbit. Before you make phone calls, close your eyes and make the phone call in your mind and see them saying yes. See yourself getting a deal. See yourself feeling excited. And you project that on into your phone call sessions. And I'm telling you, you may say, man, yeah, but I'm telling you that works. Be in a positive state because you pretty much get what you think about. So the next thing is, what do you do next? So now I'm going to pull up my purchase contract. My purchase contract, I'm just going to briefly go over this. And I have where you got, it comes with instructions, etc. And I'll show you where to get access to all this stuff. So, and it tells you where all the information goes. And of course, take off the highlighted areas, and I'll tell you that in the instructions. But seller's name on the title goes here. So whoever the seller is, their name goes there. Your name or company name goes here. I already have the verbiage. So what am I saying? The seller is selling you this house to you or your company name and or assigns. This verbiage here allows you to assign this contract to your buyer, okay? Your mailing address and everything goes there. The property address that you're buying and the purchase amount that you're buying goes there, okay? The next thing is I want you to see is the amount of the earnest money. So some people say, man, what about the earnest money? Upon acceptance, the buyer will place in escrow a promissory earnest money agreement of whatever. You could say $1,000 right there. And the key thing to that is it allows you to, this promissory earnest money agreement is this contract. So when we send this contract to our attorney, it allows us to pretty much not have to pay earnest money up front. A couple other things that we put in here that protect you. You can read through that later. But you get this signed. We use DocuSign or virtual documents. DocuSign.com is a great one to use. Right Signature is a great one to use. And we send our contracts virtually and have the seller sign it right then within a 30 minutes or so once we get them off the phone and they've agreed. Once they sign this contract, the next thing that you want to do, guys, and I want to make this as easy as possible for you, is here's your title company procedures letter. It tells the title company your specific instructions of what you're sending them. So you're going to send them the contract that you just had signed, along with these instructions, and tell them to see instructions for specific methods. And you can read through it too so you can get a better understanding if you're new to it. But this does the talking for you. I've already typed it up and had it made for you. Now, the next thing is, when you find a buyer, guys, a buyer. Now, my method that I teach in the course is you don't find a buyer. You already have the buyer and you shop for your buyers. Meaning, I do such a free marketing campaign that I teach where you can get tons of buyers ongoing, like thousands within like a couple days, maybe even a couple hours, some people have. And so once I get all these buyers, I find out their criteria. This is what you want to ask. Where are you buying? What zip code? What LTV are you buying at? That's that 70%, that 0.7 that we type in. Most of them are 70%. If you're under 70%, you're good. What LTV are you buying at? And how much money do you have available? Some may say, I'm the bank. I'm unlimited. I have millions of dollars. You find the deal, I'm closing in 5 days. And so now you go to the marketplace, guys, representing the big bank accounts that you just got, okay? So now when I find a deal, I'm not hoping that I'm selling it. Understand what you are as a wholesaler. You are a marketer. So when I find a deal, I'm not hoping that I sell my contract. I know that my contract is sold. If I find a deal, my contracts are sold. You understand what I'm saying? Before I get the seller to sign, I know it's the criteria that my buyers want. You understand what I'm saying? So, text 235-2027, 901-235-2027, and I'll take the question that I have because I have the class muted, and I'll answer questions at the end if I have time. I don't know if you guys are too bored yet. If I'm talking too fast. So this assignment contract, guys, is already the language and with the instructions on how you need to fill it out. Okay, that's already done for you. Okay, when you do that, let's say this. When you do that, you got this contract. You have the buyer. You send it to the buyer. Now, here's the thing. It's safe to use a purchase contract to your buyer. That means that you're just simply double closing, meaning now you are going to put your name where the seller's name went on the other contract, and it's the exact reverse. And you send this contract to your buyer, and then now, along with your title company instructions, the seller's contract, and your buyer's contract. So how does this work, guys? Let me show you. So let's just say, look at this. If I have a seller that agreed to sell me this property for, I'm just going to say $20,000. All right, $20,000. The next thing is I have a buyer that says, I'll pay you $35,000. I send my buyer this contract with $35,000 on it. So that's $35,000 and there's $20,000. Who makes the in-between money? You do. You make 15 grand, guys. Just like that. So now I turn this contract in. I turn the title company procedures letter paperwork into the title company, and along with the purchase contract with the seller. I turn all three of those in to my title company. And guess what I have to do in 5, 7, 10 days? Go pick up my check. I go get my check, guys, and you can too. I'm telling you, anybody can do this. And guess what? When I came into the scene in Memphis, Tennessee, and I was like, oh my God, so you mean to tell me? And so I'm calling people, and it's like, they were like, yeah, I've been wholesaling for 10 years. I'm like, man, how much money have you made? And they'll be like, well, you know, I'll make $3,000 here once a quarter or so. And I'm like, okay, so why aren't you making more? Like, you know, is there a rule or something that stops you from making more? I'm like, no, you know, it's just, you know, and what I'm saying is I was in a city where people were content with an extra $3,000, you know, a quarter or $3,000 a month. What I'm saying is I was like, okay, so if there's no limit on what I can make, guys, I'm finna write out my goal. I have $300,000 a month from my wholesaling business. That's what I do. I write the vision and make it plain. Habakkuk verse 2 and 2. I follow that. I write it out. And I read it daily. I make $100,000 from my wholesaling business. I make $300,000 a month from my wholesaling business. Whatever the case may be, whatever I want. And I was like, I'm about to blow this out the water. And that's what I did. So meaning there's still no competition with you or anybody else. I don't care how many wholesalers there are, because many of them do it backwards and not doing it the way that I'm teaching you here. So now I turn these contracts in, guys, and pick up your check in 7 to 10 days. I usually have my buyers to where they close in 7 to 10 days. If a person wants to close in 30 days, they're really not that serious. If they have the money, they have the money. I mean, you can do your due diligence in 30 days. So the next thing, you guys with me, man? Am I too excited for you guys? I guess money does it for me. So the next thing is assignment contract. We got that. Is we went over the 3 ways. Let's see. Text me if you have a quick question. 901-235-2027. And I have that line open at the moment, and I'll close it down after this call is over with. So you can text me your questions real quick, and I'll go over a couple more things that will help you guys to get rocking and rolling. So we went over TLO. The next thing I want to show you guys is this. So where to get those contracts from? Let's just say you say, like, I love it, Bryan. Oh my God, what do I do next? I'm ready to get out the call and the webinar and start rocking and rolling. So what I want to do is the flipping toolbox. The flipping toolbox. THEFLIPPING tool TOOLBOX.com. The flipping toolbox. All right, the flipping toolbox. Make sure you go there, fill out this, and then it's going to take you here. I want you to bookmark the page that it takes you to because that'll give you access to it. Now, I got a lot of different packages. I got the TLO thing that I showed you, and I got it to where it meets every price. If you only, like, I just need 10 searches, or I just need something. And this allows you, now, if you got the course, guys, a lot of the stuff, the contracts and all that stuff that I'm going to show you, it's already in the course. And if you need, to reiterate, just post in the group, and I'll have Jet them posted in there. Any documents that you need in the course if you're in the private support group. But all of the documents that I just mentioned, from the title company, instruction packet, the assignment contract, etc. Once again, you can get this stuff offline. Some of these things like purchase contracts, sale contracts, assignment contracts. But like I said, mine are specific to how I teach, and they work wonders for me. And this title company instruction packet is really cool. Seller's credibility packet. I send this credibility packet out to sellers once I got them on the hook or they're chewing on it. I send them this. This separates me from everybody else because everybody else is doing it as a hustle. I'm doing it as a business. And so when I send them this credibility packet with my information on there, it just lets them know who we are, what we stand for, etc. And this has worked wonderful for me. And it just allowed them to, you know what, this is really good, because a lot of people are nervous sometimes. So this seller's credibility packet, if you're a landlord, we got leases, ironclad leases, and a property management suite of documents, etc. But the main one, guys, that I think that everybody needs, more importantly, is the affirmations. I love those and what they do. Come to there and read that. Read through all of that. And the other thing, you got mobile apps that you can get. You got CRMs, all this other stuff. It's a great toolbox. Pay-per-click managers as you get to that. But here's the other thing. This TLO, you need it. You need it because why? You need accurate phone numbers. You don't need a service that gives you 50 numbers and you have to call 50 numbers. I want that one number that's the right number. You understand what I'm saying? So go there and check out that, theflippingtoolbox.com. And the next thing, guys, and like I said, I'm waiting for questions to come through. Okay, I got one here. I missed the name of the skip trading software. The skip trading software is TLO. TLO. Now, let me tell you about TLO. TLO has a strict approval process. So what we do is, we allow a small amount of students to get these packages from us and work through our account based upon the guidelines that we put in place, etc. And so once you go there and you click on this subscribe button, it'll take you to a form. I'll show you here. And you fill out this form and choose the package that you want, etc. And we just build your card and give you access to it. So that way you kind of avoid that process and you're able to get on right away with the TLO service, and you don't have to wait a month to get set up. You can start today. That was that question. So just answered your question there. The next one, you had a Black Friday deal for your mentoring program. Has that offer expired? It expires at midnight tonight, the Black Friday deal. So our course is $2,500. And it's going to stay that way, guys. I mean, we know the value of our course. Our courses can make anybody $100,000 a month easy when they implement the strategies and all of the tools that I teach. But we offer an 80% off today only. It ends at midnight. And let me see where I can go to get that. Let me just kind of show you so you can kind of see. All right, so this is the course here. And I'm going to tell you, treat it like a college, guys. This is the school of money. And you'll soon find that, I teach a marketing course with this, as well as a lot of other things. But it's a marketing, how to make money. And that's what you have to be good at. And you can use this information and apply it to any business. But I have over 77 different modules, and every one of them need to be watched. I've had one student that went through it in like 2 weeks, and he beats it out. Matthew, I think he's on the call. But and Dr. Watts out in California, she made $100,000 in the first like 30 days or so. Darius Williams is another great student. He made like $37,000. Jose Almeida out of Florida, he made like $30,000 or $40,000, and now he's living in his dream home. In his first, I would say 90 days, he made like $40,000 or something like that, and he's still making. But all this, guys, I want you to understand. You got to watch every video. The mindset training, guys. I'm big on the power of the mind, and I don't know if you know or believe in God or the Bible, etc. But there's an age-old law in the Bible, law of attraction, and I teach it from where I've been mentored by really powerful people who pretty much reprogram my brain to pretty much take you from 0 to 100 grand real quick. Okay, so I got all of this. I even have the right type of foods. I don't know if you remember when I first started, I was like 350 pounds. I'm like 215 now. And it's all of the right types of nutrition, just, not like food diets, but nutrition, fuel for your body, things that you can do, rituals that you can implement to give you that focus, that insane focus that you need to really take you and your family through a 7-figure business model. So I tell you all of that in the course. So it's unlike anything you ever seen. And then I go into the money, how to build your business. So don't say, I want to get to how to build a business first. Go through all of the other modules before you do it. Treat it like a college, guys. And once you learn it, apply it and take action immediately. Convenient fitness workout. So how to work out for 10 minutes in a day and have the results of a marathon runner. Things like that, guys. How to shed, unnecessary weight. Building your systems. How to create capture pages in 5 minutes. Links to all this stuff. Important tools. And then the documents. You get access to the documents. Our document page, our private suite of a vault of documents. How to find buyers for your houses. Look, I got one that's like how to get 10,000 buyers in like 20 seconds or something like that. It's really insane. Let's see. How and where to place your banner signs. How to get 10,000 cash buyers in 10 minutes. This one right here, I love it. Because once you get the money behind you guys, the rest is easy, baby. So that way, if you got 10,000 buyers that all have $100,000, you pretty much represent $1 billion, baby. And you go to the marketplace confident, like, yeah, I can close in 7 days. What's up, right? How to get houses off the MLS. I got everything in here, guys. And what I'm saying is I'm teaching from a perspective, look, the $100,000 Zillow technique. And I got other stuff on here too. But I'm teaching from a place of the things that I did, I implemented. Now, here's the thing. You may have, once you buy the course, and you're going to need to ask questions, just like you have questions on this call that I want to get as much as I can out. We're going to close up here in just a minute. But you're going to have questions as you go through this material, guys. And I have a support group. It's like $1.66 a day. It's like $50 a month. And that is just to pretty much offer you the support as you go through the material. Ask your questions in the group. Ask your questions in the group. Anything you need to ask about what you learned from the course. I'm there for you, guys. My team is there for you. And we will answer anything that you have. And so that you can win. We want you to win big, guys. And we want you to pretty much, because there's another level that I want to take you guys to once you get the revenue that you need. There's so many other money opportunities that open up that don't require a lot of money. But now that you're in a different headspace, we can collaborate, right? Because we're on the same wavelength. We're on the same mindset. So I want to get you to that level. And so connect with me through this private support group. And so you'll see that there's $50 on there. And then I got other stuff in here, guys. So where do you go? You spell my name out, Bryan, www.bryansharris.com. If you do want to take advantage of that course, you go to bryansharris.com, BRYANSharris.com, and you click on it, and you can read through this. I poured my soul into this course. I poured my soul in this course to leave back the trail, to throw the rope back for anybody that was in the situation that I was in. Laying in the bed with my wife, didn't know how I was going to make my next move, needed some money ASAP, and I learned about wholesaling, guys, and it changed my life, and I learned it, and I implemented it in a way that nobody else had done before, using free mediums, and we changed the game. So take advantage of this. It's $500, guys, one-time $500, $50 a month for the support group. And guys, you'll click this one right here. Read through it. I want you to read it because I typed it. And then click on the purchase offer. The one that's highlighted is the one, and it'll take you to the payment page, guys. And take advantage of it. Guys, I'm here for you guys. If you got any more questions, I'll stick around on the call, but I'm going to go ahead and end this call. Did you get the link? I'm texting you the link. It's www.bryansharris.com. And that'll take you straight to that page that you just saw on the thing. What's up, Brian? I've been hosting Fridays. I know. I campaign to last my Bluetooth. I've been MLS deals. What do you suggest in leads? Okay, let me end this. I'm gonna answer this question. What do you suggest in getting leads in highly populated city like Miami? Text me the zip code to your area. I'm gonna show you what I suggest. And I'm gonna end this recording, guys. But I'm going to stay on here with you guys. So, guys, you have an absolutely amazing day. Take advantage of this deal, guys. BryanSharris.com and theflippingtoolbox.com. And, guys, let me know if you want to stay on our free webinar list, because I'll put some more together and I'll email you or text message you when we have our next webinar. We're going to try to do a lot of these. And I see the zip code. I answered and said, we're going to try to do a lot of these to keep you guys informed and to keep you guys going and share the word, guys. Spread abundance mindset. Let's rock and roll. So, guys, I'll see you guys in the next webinar. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in on the webinar today. I want you to go out and continue to win big for yourselves and your family. Love each and every one of you. Have an absolutely amazing day.